Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DirectYT here, and I'm back with another brand new video, guys. And today, I want to bring back a series that I used to do in Minecraft. So you're probably wondering, what series did you used to do in Minecraft, Nick? And that series is what I called Inspiration. It was one of those series that kind of was something that I did along the way to get better at building in Minecraft. And what I mean by that is, so I really enjoy building in Minecraft, and the way that I got to the skill level that I have now, where I would say I'm pretty competent. I'm definitely not the best builder in the world, but I can kind of hold my own when it comes to building. And how I got there was through years of just working on it, but I did one thing that really kind of accelerated me to the next level, and that was by getting inspiration from other people's builds. So what the Inspiration series is I find a amazing build in Minecraft, I show it to you guys, and you guys can take that build and kind of take some of the things that the builder did in that build and implement them into your own builds to then make them even better. So today, guys, I have a build that is built by, well, I'm gonna throw his name up on the screen because I don't know how to actually pronounce it, but what he did is he built New York City in Minecraft. Now, it's not fully complete, but it's pretty close to being complete, and it's absolutely amazing once you start to walk through every single street. So I do not live in New York City. I've only been there maybe once or twice in my entire life, so I don't really know the layout in different parts of the city. So like, I couldn't tell you what borough we're in or what side of the city we're in, but I just liked this build because it was so crazy to me. Like, all of these buildings are relatively simple. Like, if you actually looked at one of these buildings, it's nothing crazy. The detail's not all that insane. But what's so crazy about it is that there's so many of them, and when you put them together, it really creates a city, and it really makes you kind of feel like you are in New York City. And to boot, when you throw on a shaders pack such as myself, it definitely gives this city a really cool vibe because it adds all these shadows and different, I guess, parts of the city, and it just looks crazy. So I thought I would bring this to you guys today. What I find most crazy is like when you actually find a building in this city that you recognize from real life. Like this right here, that is supposed to be the Chrysler Building, and I knew that without even hesitation. Like, that's insane. Like, it looks so good, especially when you fit it in with all these other buildings. Like, some of these buildings, to me, don't have any major, I guess, symbolic to them. They're just a bunch of buildings that are probably pretty good replicas of them in real life. But when you find a building in this city of this build that like replicates something that I definitely know, like the Chrysler Building, it's crazy. And this build's actually very old. So like, for it to be built back when it was, like, this is probably built maybe 3-4 years ago. And 3-4 years ago, like, I just didn't see people building things like this. And this is crazy that I came across this build and that it's so amazing. Like, and it just keeps going and going and going. It just never stops. I mean, yes, it stops, but it just keeps going. And you can definitely see eventually where they ended up not completing this build because it's not fully complete, because New York City is always expanding. It's just, I don't think you can finish it fully. But this one right here, oh my gosh. What's crazy is, again, there's buildings that you recognize, like the Chrysler Building, the MetLife Building. I'm going to throw a picture up on the screen right now of the MetLife Building, and you tell me in the comments down below if this MetLife Building in Minecraft looks like the MetLife Building in real life. I think this map would make like the dopest like multiplayer map, like a Hunger Games map or something along those lines. I think that would be absolutely insane, especially if you could go inside of all of these buildings. Like, I know they're doing the Minecraft Monday thing. Imagine if this was like the Hunger Games map that they played on. And to like focus on the actual inspiration part of this video, like builds like this or towers like this, again, like I said, they're pretty dang simplistic, but just the way that they use the stairs to really give a nice outline up here, I really like. I don't know, it's so simple, but it's just so good looking, and that's why I chose this build for an inspiration build. And the other thing is, I totally know how they built each and every single one of these buildings because they're replicating that's something that's in real life, and I find myself doing that once in a while, especially with the cars that I've built and the people's houses that I've built. So I understand how they did this, and how they did it is it comes down to scale of different things. You kind of have to find a picture of something that you want to build in real life, build a section of it, for example, like on around, let's say a car, for example, I build one of the wheels. That gives me my scale of my entire build. And I've actually made an entire video on how I do builds like that, but I can see how they did this similarly in Minecraft. I'm assuming what they potentially did is they built the word MetLife at the top, and then they based the entire building around that and used that as their point of scale for the entire build. And I think it looks absolutely insane. Some of these buildings, like the penthouses, like make me want to actually live in them in real life. Like imagine if this was your New York City penthouse and this was just your view. You just came and looked over the side. Like, I don't know, that would be absolutely insane to me. And just to think that this is in Minecraft, like in some parts this build looks super realistic. As some of you guys may know, I've been doing a lot of TikToks recently, and I actually made a TikTok on this specific build, and a lot of people said that they actually thought this was really New York City before the video even fully completed. Like they at first thought it was New York City, and that's how amazing this build is when you combine it with some form of a shaders mod. What's crazy is some of the buildings inside of New York City, this build right here, would look amazing just on their own. Give this cathedral right here, for example. Can you imagine this just on its own in Minecraft? Like forget all of the other buildings around it. This is an insane build to begin with. Like there's so many little details in here, and you can definitely tell that this was built in I guess an era of Minecraft when there wasn't that much block choice, because they used pretty much just sandstone and some gold down there. So like it's nothing crazy palette wise, but the actual architecture within this build is insane. And just looking at this, you can get so many different ideas to implement into your own builds in Minecraft. Like for example, things that I get inspiration from in builds like this is how do I build certain pieces of certain builds. For example, cathedrals, I would say I'm potentially okay at them, but nothing crazy that I do because I don't build them that often, so I haven't really played around with the ideas of building them that much. But this is definitely a build I could get some inspiration from, especially like these things where the roof kind of meets, and it kind of shows how this roof is very simplistic, but then all the details are on all these sides right here. I don't know, I just get inspiration looking at these, and I kind of see how they use stairs and slabs in combination to get really awesome details within builds. And also what I like about this build is they even made it feel almost Minecraft-esque. Like all the trees that are in here are not custom trees, they're just pretty much sapling trees, and I kind of like that because it really turns the whole vibe from really replicating New York City exactly to kind of combining it with like a replica of New York City as well as bringing it back into Minecraft. So this would play really well into like a map that you could use for game modes such as Hunger Games and stuff like that, or hide and seek. So this map is so big, I don't know if it would even be it might be too big for something like that, but I just love this map so much. Now this is actually where we're gonna bring today's video to a wrap, guys. I hope you guys got some inspiration in this build, in this video, to kind of put them into your own builds in the future. Now I'll leave all the information on how to download this specific build down in the description, so if you guys want to download it, go on it and look through the build yourself, try to get some inspiration just from some other things that maybe I didn't show in this video. And if you just want to mess around in New York City and Minecraft, that's also another awesome thing to do, because I've had a blast just walking the streets of Minecraft and I guess New York City in Minecraft. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, definitely show your support down below. And while you're down there, guys, might as well hit that subscribe button. I want to hit 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2019. That's just a little under 2 months away, and we're about, I guess, 3,500-ish subscribers away from that goal. And if I can hit that, that would be the best way for me to start off the next decade. But as always, guys, I love you all. See you guys next time. Peace out.